What's up? It's your boy. For y'all that know me, um, you know how we get down. We talk about discussions and everything. Stuff like that. It was on some of the social media networks, Facebook, talking about what was going on with all the riots going on right now, and the protesting and the police brutality is going on in the streets with our children and our black men and our black women um, in this country. I just want to speak my piece on it about it a bit. And address some issues that was brought up as well as some comments that I disagree with, and so I wanted to step up and be the representation of people that have some of the same viewpoints that I have and share some of the same ideals that I have as far as how we should go about things to progress forward. Now, to get to the just to get to the meat and potatoes of it. There's going to be people, because there was already, that some of the comments that I made and people that shared my opinions, they categorized us as Uncle Toms. And funny, what did the guy say? He said, I'm sick and tired of these rational niggas. It's like, really? But I understand him as well as other people that shared his viewpoint um, right now because of all the emotion that's involved, and people right now are being emotionally reactive to what's going on, because who wouldn't be? There's people getting killed, murdered uh, by people that are hiding behind their authority, behind their job titles, that they took an oath to protect a society of people as a whole, not a small group of people over here, and not these people over here to protect these people. No, they protect everyone in their district that they're responsible for. They took an oath, and they're abusing that power. And the reason why it's getting so bad and out of hand is because they've been doing it for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus years. And now, because of technology and its advancements, people are now able to pull out smartphones and just record record everything that's going on. And now the proof is in the pudding. Because now you have the governor of the state running with his neck cut off, with his head cut off. You got the mayor of the city that the incident happened in. He's running around trying to play damage control. And he's yelling at the chief of police, trying to figure out what the heck happened. And then the chief of police is yelling at his officers, all his officers, about what's going on. And it's not all the officers, because not all the police officers are bad. It's some that, they use their badge and their authority to, hide behind their ulterior motives and their agendas for whatever they deal with, and have their own demons in their hearts and in their closet. But I'm not going to sit here and do a video rant on how I hate police, because I don't hate police. I just hate punks that hide behind titles in order to influence and enforce a power that falsely that they think they have, and they don't. They just abusing a position that they have that makes them think they have power when they don't have it for real. But this whole situation is sad, because people are not seeing the bigger picture at all. They're not looking at the previous history, what Martin Luther King went through, what Malcolm X went through. They're not looking at all of our social, political leaders that represents us in this country, represents blacks, not only blacks that were born here and have heritage here, roots here, but blacks that actually also came from countries in Africa that immigrated to the Americas post-slavery times. We're all one people, and we're all going through the same thing, all of us. And when I talk about the bigger picture, because there were some people talking about, oh, you should burn it down, or yeah, we should, they only understand violence, and when we throw stones and when we get loud and burn stuff up and tear shit up. that's not benefiting us in the long run. It's not at all. Look at it like this: you have a big painting, because there's a lot of things going on right now. A huge canvas. But you're only worried about what these 2, 3 little paintbrushes over here is doing. That's what we focused on. We're not looking at the other 47 paintbrushes and what they're doing. This is a big picture. Think about it. Now, if you really want to hinder a culture of people, a group of people in your society, if you really want to hurt them, damage them, you don't go after the adults. You already tried that. You provoke the children. It's the children. When I was watching the video footage of the protesters and the looters and everything, I saw a lot of kids, because I saw a bunch of pants hanging off their ass. And they ain't nothing but kids, children 20, 23, 24 and under. I mean, 23, 24 is not a child. They're technically an adult, but a lot of them is child-minded still. But I saw nothing but 16, 15, 16-year-olds out there, 17, 18, barely out of high school. Some of them still in it, and some of them just graduated. Some in college, out there protesting. It's our children, it's our nieces, it's our nephews, it's our little cousins that are out there on the front lines with no guidance. All they're going off of is just pure emotion and what they think they should do, putting themselves in harm's way. Because we failed as adults to properly lead them. Because we too busy stuck in our own way of doing stuff and failed to see the bigger picture. I'm not advocating looting. Looting has nothing to do with protesting. Burning up a store, burning up my community has nothing to do with it. And there's people that feel, oh, well, we don't own none of this crap. You know, we can burn it all up, whatever. Not everybody has the privilege of burning their home down and then packing up and moving and getting a new place. We as a people need to acknowledge the things that we do and the things that we have caused and we have brought upon ourselves with our own actions, and need to assess those things and treat them. Because that's the only way we're going to proceed forward. Because if we don't, we're always going to get provoked into some type of standoff that we're going to lose. You can't fight fire with fire in this situation. You cannot. The bigger fire is going to extinguish the smaller, weaker fire. Oh yeah, our emotions are strong. Nobody has emotions like we do, like black people do. We get a strength that comes from God that enables us to do great and many things. But there's one thing I will promise you. If we stand up and try to fight like what they're trying to get us to do in the front lines like that with our children and our nieces and our little cousins, we're going to lose. They have way more weapons, way more artillery, and they have the government backing them. At the end of the day, they're going to look at what we did wrong. It's the way we went about it. Now, I'm not one to just sit on my hands either, but I'm not going to sit here and advocate stupidity. And I'm not going to pretend to be a representation of that, because I may stand in the minority of people in my group of people that I represent that think that's sucker. I'm not gonna go back on what I think is right. I'm not gonna do it. There's a proper way to go about things. I'm not saying, oh, sit on your hands and just, let things be, because there's people who's already tried that with the judicial system. The judicial system has failed us. It's been failing us for so many years. I mean, I could run down a list of people that's been wrongfully accused and incarcerated for 15, 20, 30, 40 years of their life. A lot of them black, quite a few white as well, because of a crooked judicial system, cops that have personal vendettas against people based upon color or maybe an ulterior motive that has nothing to do with nothing, but he was in a position to make something happen, and he did, or she did, and now people have spent almost their whole entire adult life incarcerated for something they didn't do. Daryl Hunt, Ricky Johnson. I could sit here and name dozens and dozens and dozens of people that so far they've been found innocent through DNA testing. This country has done a lot. So people want to know why we angry. I understand why we angry. But that's not an excuse for us to act like savages. Just because the other savages were acting like savages. Can't fight fire with this situation. The bigger fires, the bigger, more established fire is going to extinguish us. Our fire is based upon wood and earth. Their fire is based upon gas. And they got way more gas than we have wood and earth. If you're going to do something, do it with precision. Eliminate the income that they generate from us. Eliminate the liquor store purchases. Eliminate the name brand stores that we shop at all the time. I know people that spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on Gucci, and then when they need a lawyer, they got to get a public defender because they spent all their money on Gucci. It's like, you stupid. If Gucci could take 5 felonies and turn into 1 misdemeanor, then Gucci, I guess, can get your money every week. But until then, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest for your future. You have to plan. You have to prepare. You have to teach your children. We have failed to teach our children and prepare them. That's why they're running amok now and they're acting foolish. I don't have any children. It's not the right time. There's too much that's going on right now. But I have a lot of nieces and nephews. I have friends that their kids looked at me like yeah, they want to know something straight 100%, they come to me. And I make sure I tell them right. The times is real wicked right now, and people are failing to see it. They setting us up. They using our greatest strength as our weakness, and that's our emotions. That is our greatest strength. Our emotions and our pride runs deep. It runs deep across an ocean. Some people just fail to acknowledge it, and they're using it against us. They're using it against our children. They're planting seeds in our children's minds to groom them for the next generations of stupidity and reaction. If you're going to do something, do it precise. If you're going to get mad, make sure it's focused on something and not just burning everything in sight. That's pretty much all I have to say about the matter. We just need to wake up. Start moving as a unit. The one thing that powers that be that want to see savagery, the one thing they hate is organization from a group which they're so used to controlling and provoking. Because when they lose control, and once they lose control, they don't know what to do. It's all in what we are willing to do, to sacrifice on our ends to make that happen. sacrifice our immaturity and our actions, sacrifice how we invest our money, sacrifice on how we teach our children. Little stuff. What are we willing to sacrifice? To have control as a unit, as a nation, as a society of people that contributes and holds our own without having to burn streets up. A society that can't be provoked anymore, of people that can't be provoked, can't extinguish us through a petty checkers game. Because right now they playing checkers. It's up to us to flip the script and turn it into chess. And our little kings and our little queens, the ones that's supposed to step up and take our places as we move on out, that's who we protect. And we got to instill it in them on how to protect theirs when they have little kings and queens. Because kings and queens don't pillage and loot. We orchestrate with precision.